Yo, what's good, YouTube? Your man RL here, and I'm gonna step out the box a little bit. Um, we had a tragic loss today in the world of pro wrestling, um, and that is the legendary Macho Man Randy Savage. Like I said, I usually talk about boxing, and obviously I'm a producer. You see some of the songs I post and some of the production videos, but for those who aren't aware, I've been a pro wrestling head for like many years, and it was a very tragic loss, and to a lot of us, man, he's like, we came up on Randy Savage, man. I mean, he was a pop culture icon, through the '80s and the '90s, with his Slim Jim ads and really in general, man, just how dope of a wrestler he was. I mean, if for those who, I guess I would consider myself a wrestling head in the sense of like I understand the science of pro wrestling and how things work and how matches are made and the whole nine. I mean, I understand. And Macho Man was, without question, man, an innovator in really taking your persona to the next level and being um, charismatic, much different than like what you would see like prior in the superstar Billy Graham, maybe, who was flamboyant and everything, but Savage had like this crazy maniacal side to him, and then the interviews were just like, yeah, but then in the ring, he was phenomenal, dude. And obviously the match that everybody always holds highly when you talk about one of the two guys is the match with Savage and Steamboat at WrestleMania 3. I saw that shit live as a kid, and I was blown away because leading up to that, what we were waiting to see was Andre the Giant and Hogan. That was the big seller. But people wanted to see this match because of the lead up, and they stole the show. That match was incredible. It was, matches today don't get you on the edge of your seat, and I guess it's obviously a sign of the times, and knowing the outcome as opposed to how you knew then and know now. But back then, man, I mean, both those guys told a story that was just beyond, in my opinion, what anybody's even doing now. And he was a pioneer, man. In the age of when wrestling was turning into a big brand of entertainment, he was one of those key pieces that made it work for Vince. Hogan, Savage, and then later on down the line, he got the push to be the world champion. And from then on, man, it was battles with him and Hogan, then him and Flair. Again, man, he had a phenomenal career. Went to WCW, had his run there, and you forget sometimes. I mean, he's like a multiple world champion. Even though like later on down the line, they were just given. I mean, David Arquette was the fucking world champion at WCW. So yo, man, tragic loss, man, unbelievable, and sad thing that I read on Twitter today, man. I mean, the first guy I went to go read was Hogan, and obviously a lot of us know the rift between Hogan and Savage, for whatever reason it may be. Apparently they were like, reconciling their friendship, and something tragic like this happens, which always goes to show you, man, like I'm somebody, man, that I don't hold grudges, man. I mean, you can't live life just having a grudge over shit, man. I mean, there's just more important shit in life than to just like be mad all the time at like this one particular person, man. You know, I used to be like that, man, and it's like it's such a waste of time. And unfortunately, sometimes things like this happen, and you know that's like 10 years that between Hogan and Savage that I believe they had spoken or been friends or whatever. I mean, that's 10 years lost that you can never get back. So I expect as well the WWE, hopefully, to put on a very respectful and classy last hurrah or goodbye to Savage, and I have no doubt in my mind that he's gonna get inducted to the Hall of Fame now, which is really unfortunate because it would have just really been poetic for Savage to be there himself and get the award after so many years of not working for Vince. But hey, man, it's crazy. So, like I said, man, I don't tune into Raw very much. I catch the 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 9 o'clock hours. So obviously that's when the ratings go up, and we all know the shit. So, I'm gonna watch and see. I'm assuming a lot of the wrestlers are gonna pay homage to him too, because, like I said, man, losing Savage is like losing Hogan and losing a Piper and shit. I mean, it's tragic loss, man, tragic loss. So let me know what y'all think, um, as far as maybe your memories of Macho Man, and we'll see what happens on Monday. Stay up, peace.